To the big match. Today we have a really sparkling game from the second division, a really boisterous derby match between Millwall and Crystal Palace. Of course, that's important for Palace at the bottom of the table. We also go to the top of the second division for the meeting of West Bromwich Albion and Orient, and then to the top of the fourth division for a few glimpses of a fine match yesterday between Northampton Town and Peterborough. But first today we go off to the Den, one of my favourite grounds for atmosphere, for the derby game, and you can see just how much of a derby game it is as we look out across South London. That's the Crystal Palace Tower through there, just 4 miles away. So it's Millwall then against Crystal Palace. And first let's check on the two teams for this game, which will be refereed by Don Biddle of Bristol. Both Millwall and Crystal Palace played on Friday. Both had won. Benny Fenton is able to name an unchanged Millwall side that had lost only one of its last 7 games. They've moved to a position of safety now. Palace make one change. Ben Anderson comes in at 2 for Paddy Mulligan. They've had a good run too, having lost only 3 of their previous 14 games. Now, who do we look out for today? Well, there's our guest today, Alf Wood, simply because he's already scored 21 goals this season. Millwall's find of the season, Gordon Hill, a sprightly little winger. For Palace, Derek Possey, back on his old stamping ground at the Den. And Jeffrey Johnson, scorer of 2 goals against Fulham the previous day. The crowd really enjoying the sunshine. It's just under 20,000, Millwall's best league gate of the whole season.
So Millwall, all in white, get this second division game away. They are attacking the goal to our left against Crystal Palace in their red and blue stripes and blue shorts. Alder now with room for a shot, and that went curling rather dangerously for Crystal Palace across the face of their goal from Doug Alder. Going in bravely there against Harry Cripps with that great Millwall favourite. Cripps got it through to Alder. Jump is going with Alder, showing a good turn of speed here. And Anderson, and Hammond in a lot of trouble, and Barry finally hooked that one away. Well, Palace very nearly caved in there, and it really would have been all of their own making. And away goes Saul. Anderson again just failing to get it in. Clark is there. Smethurst on the outside. Looks good for Millwall. And there's a cross, and it's just knocked away again for a corner. So a corner for Millwall. Blythe getting in well there. Gordon Hill with the corner for Millwall. So the goalkeeper was fouled there, and it was as well for Palace that Ben Anderson got a header to that one. And a long shot, well off the mark there, though, by Derek Smethurst. Former Chelsea player, South African, and scorer of 4 goals this season for Millwall. Wood again for Millwall. Jump is in there. And now here's Cripps. Always a cheer when Harry Cripps gets on the ball for Millwall. Gordon Hill, a nice touch by him, and a good cross there by Alder. Oh, and a beautiful goal, scored by Clark. Beautifully made there for Millwall. Palace defence was all over the place. Beautifully worked ball down the left, crossed superbly there by Alder. And Clark was there on the spot in the 6-yard area. And his 13th goal of the season, the first for Millwall with 8 minutes gone. Alder, who had such a hand in that opening goal. Clark again, put forward for Frank Saul. And Clark was following that in as well. And I think that looked as though he swerved out for a corner, but the referee has given a throw. He indicated a throw. Alder. Play back again for Frank Saul. Smethurst back to Kitchener. Left-footed. Crossed in once more, and it was Derek Possey right back there getting it away. Donaldson playing it again for Alder. Playing on again for Smethurst. Millwall really pressurising Crystal Palace at the moment. Here's Alder again with the cross. Oh, and there are some gaps there again, and this could be number 2. And Possey finally getting in to rob Brian Clark. Kitchener's header. Linesman flagging on this side for offside against both Alf Wood and Brian Clark. Directly in line and absolutely correct. And a free kick to Crystal Palace. Well, that took Jump by surprise, and away goes Gordon Hill now for Millwall. There's the shot, floating just over. And a total lack of understanding again in that Palace defence. Jump completely caught out by that quickly taken free kick. And Gordon Hill very nearly capitalising on it to make it 2-0. But instead it's still Millwall 1, Crystal Palace 0. And now here's Whittle, and away goes Posse, leaving the ball behind him though. But here's Johnson backing up. It's a good-looking derby game, and Don Rogers on the far side. Oh, and a tremendous save, and knocked away again. Oh, a marvellous piece of football. It looked like a goal at one end, and then when that shot came over, that cross came over, Rogers hit it so well. King couldn't really hold it, but it was kicked away. Still with Whittle. Played nicely there for Derek Jeffries. Now for Taylor. Oh, just passed. Beautifully struck shot though, and it must just have glided off Brian King's hands as it went by, but Taylor hit that low and beautifully. King just getting a fingertip to it, and it's another corner to Crystal Palace. As we go into injury time at the end of the first half, and no injury time allowed, because there goes the half-time whistle. Brian Clark, his headed goal, a simple header, but well taken for all that. After 8 minutes, separating these two sides. A little bit disappointing for Crystal Palace, playing without this central striker, and several players taking turns to come in there and have a go at goal. Their chances have been very limited, though. But there's still a lot more to come on the big match this afternoon, including the start of our Golden Goals competition. But we leave you with the half-time score, Millwall 1, Crystal Palace 0, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. So welcome back, and away we go then at the start of the second half. Millwall leading by 1-0, now attacking the goal to our right. Palace will be hoping to rekindle some of the form that brought them that 3-1 victory at Craven Cottage yesterday morning. They previously won away at Notts County, Nottingham Forest and Bristol City, so away wins are a bit thin on the ground for Palace this season. Posse, glancing header, ever dependable Harry Cripps getting it away though. Taylor again having a fine match, and there's Whittle, the ball holding up on the wing, but Whittle was offside. So it'll be a free kick. Just having words with the linesman there, which really is not too sensible. Showing dissent is one of the things that's got to be cut out, and referee Don Biddle is coming across to have a quick cautionary word there with Alan Whittle. Well, that nearly knocked Donaldson back. Collision with the referee. So it's Brian King now to make the clearance for Millwall. Barry and Clark poised under that one. Smethurst coming in. Wood is there too. Will it go? It's there, and it must go down to Elfwood. Again, there was hesitancy in that Crystal Palace defence. A high ball came in, and it was never really satisfactorily got away, and Wood finally got in there with the task of turning it over the line. So the Millwall section of this big crowd well pleased that the East has gone so well for them. 2 points yesterday against West Bromwich. It could be another 2 today. Well, Whittle's all right. Rogers with the free kick. Played there for Taylor. Hit beautifully, a goal! Peter Taylor has scored precisely the moment when Palace wanted it. The free kick hit sideways there by Don Rogers. Himself a beautiful striker of the ball, and Taylor striking it so sweetly himself. 2-1. Harry Cripps with the free kick. Played to Doug Alder. Gordon Hill now for Millwall. Good piece of skill there again by Hill, and Alder taking them such a good position. Oh, and this time it's Elfwood. They've been caught that Alf Wood has got, and that makes it 3-1. Posse trying to knot it down for Taylor, but instead it comes to Jeffries, and now for Rogers. Here's Peter Taylor now for Crystal Palace. He's going to struggle to get that one. A penalty! Taylor is brought down, and the penalty is given. Taylor sprinting into that penalty area. The challenge goes in, brings him down. Can Don Rogers, the man with the responsibility of this penalty, beat Brian King and bring it back to 3-2? Yes, he can. 3-2. Rogers taking the perfect penalty beyond the reach of Brian King. Palace now coming forward with a bit of fire as he hits that one. Well, oh, what a great save by King. Whittle turns it back again. Posse hoped to get in. Tremendous shot there by Stuart Jump. And Palace want to bring on their substitute. Jump, who very nearly scored, I'm told, a week ago with a tremendous shot that hit the crossbar. And a tremendous save by Brian King. Crossed in once more. There's Derek Posse. Tried to turn it again for Whittle, and that time it was Kitchener who got it away, and that was probably the last chance for them. Instead, here's Hill, with Smethurst up and Wood up as well. That's the ball for Alf Wood. Turned in again now for Gordon Hill. Yes! No! Disallowed! Disallowed! And here it is again with Derek Jeffries, the referee, looking hard at his watch. And it's all over. It's 2 points for Millwall. It's none for Crystal Palace. But a very good derby game we've had, with 5 goals to it and a very good finish. Brian Clark scoring one of them for Millwall, and Alf Wood got 2 of them. There he goes off, both with headers. Frank Lord with his arm round Peter Taylor. He knows what a contribution Taylor has made to this game. But a final scoreline at the Den that reads Millwall 3, Crystal Palace 2.